How's it going?
Um, it's okay. I mean, here in Hungary, we're still under lockdown, so I quite hate the situation.
I know, I think everyone's sick of it at this point.
Yeah,
How
yeah,
your,
but personally, I'm fine, so it's
that's
okay.
good. As long as you have your health. How are your cats doing?
Oh, haha, they are beasts. The thing is that right now, I had to move away from my home because there we have some reconstructions, and since 4 weeks I'm back at my parents' place with my four cats, and that's not that easy because of course at the beginning they were really not happy with the situation, but right now they realize that like actually this is a bigger house because I live in a small flat and this is a house, and for them they are super happy that they have such a big playground, but because of them they don't behave that
Mm, they,
good.
they want to explore.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, well, I'm excited to chat rock music with you. As you can tell,
Me
I'm a big
too.
Queen fan, and I have to ask you, Queen performed in Budapest back in the 80s, and
Yeah,
Freddie sang a folk song in Hungarian. Have you seen
yeah.
this before?
Of course, I mean, I haven't lived back then, but of
Right.
course, I saw the recordings, and I mean, it's legendary. It's something very big here in Hungary. I mean, as you know, we're still a kind of small country for in Eastern Europe, and I mean, even today, it's like bigger stars don't even recognize our country, or it's still pretty rare that they come to our country and play gigs. I mean, it's getting better and better with the years, but especially back then, that was like something fantastic, and especially that he tried to sing in Hungarian, that was a huge thing over here.
Yeah, I was kind of curious, what did the local people think of his singing, like his pronunciation and all that?
Well, look, Hungarian is like, it's first of all, it's super difficult. It's one of the most difficult languages in the world, as far as I know. And it's not, it's not like in English, or it's not like German or Spanish. It's not a bigger language that a lot of people try to learn. Like literally, no one tries to learn
I
Hungarian.
know, right?
You only speak Hungarian in Hungary, not in any other country. And I, I mean, it's just like that. The language
Very
is
unique.
totally useless. Like it's not similar to any other language. So just because you speak Hungarian, you're not able to learn any other language in a quicker way. So it's not like, I don't know, for example, if you speak Romanian, then for you it's super easy to speak the Latin languages, and you understand, or if you speak Ukrainian, you understand all the languages in that area. In Hungary, it's not like that. If you speak Hungarian, you can understand the people in Hungary, and that's all. So if anyone just tries to speak Hungarian, doesn't matter what the pronunciation is, even the fact that they try is so heartwarming for us.
I can imagine.
Whole country was melting when he did that.
Aw.
Aw.
I know. Another reason to love him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, there are many.
But at least everyone can speak music. Music is universal, and it seems like rock music is very big in Hungary. And you were a big fan of punk rock, is that right? When you were growing up, punk music?
But first of all, just to point it out, rock music is not a big thing here in
It's
Hungary.
not? No?
No, no, unfortunately, no. Um, but I grew up um, when I was like, I don't know, 8, 9 years old. I lived together with my sister in a room, and she that then back then she is like she was 14, and then she started to listen Offspring, and she started to listen Queen, and I really, it's like the first musical impact that I got. So for me it was clear that I was totally slipping into rock music. So yeah, I mean, I was, and I'm still a big fan of punk rock music, but I like also, I had also my hardcore like phase, and also I'm really like also metal music. So I like a lot of types of rock music, but still there are also like many bands and musicians that have nothing to do with rock music, and I love them. So But I think that's like everyone who starts starts with a subgenre. Everyone who grows up starts to listen also different kind of music. So I think that's normal.
Absolutely. And what do you think made you connect with music, or the certain type of music that you like?
I think I kind of was an average teenager because I really did not find my place. I really did not find where I belong. I felt like an alien and stuff like that. But I think what was unusual in my story was that I grew up as a professional gymnast, so sport was my everything. And when I was 14, I had an injury, and they had to operate my spine, and I had to stop doing professional sport.
Oh wow, that sucks.
And you know, it's the same story with everyone who's doing professional sport, and that the time will come when your body says that you have to stop. And the problem was that it was literally at the beginning when I started to get into the teenager age. And you might think that I was happy that now I have time, but I was so unhappy. You know, I grew up in a way that I went to school. After that, I went to my training. After that, I go home, I studied, I went to sleep, and that's all. I had literally no free time. My only free time was always Sundays, but on Sunday I had to study. So I literally never had any time which wasn't planned, you know? I was doing all the time sport. I was focused all the time on sport. I was focused all the time on like having and getting better and better. And it was for me, it was such a rising period when I just got so much better, and you know, all the hard work paid off, and I get the good results. And at that point I had that injury and I couldn't continue. And so that's why I was like double lost in that period, because I really didn't saw what's the point of life, you know. I thought that, I'm young, and everyone is telling that if you have a dream and if you do everything for it, you can reach it, and you can be whatever you want to be. And I just realized that that's a lie. I realized it with 14, you know, that's just way too early to realize that.
Exactly. I feel jaded at that age.
I thought that I did everything. I sacrificed everything for it, and just a force just took it away from me, and it wasn't fair because I did everything for it. And I was so smashed, and I was so alone, and I really did not find any path to walk. And I was an angry teenager, and the best medicine for angry teenager was hardcore music and punk music, because they were all angry at that point, of course, of other reasons, but it had such a positive vibe because they put this angriness or this negative feelings and they made something good of it. My cat tries to get into my room. I'll let her in, okay?
Okay, no problem.
I'm sorry, this can happen a couple of times in this interview.
No problem. I have a cat too, so I know all about.
All right, cool. So yeah, basically I was fascinated how this negative vibe can turn with music to something so positive. And then there, especially back then at the old school hardcore scene, I really found my people. And I really felt like, it really, I know it's such a stupid phrase, but it really healed me back then. And I still think that type of music is the most honest type.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I'm still really much into it.
No, I agree wholeheartedly. Yeah, with everything you said. I wanted to talk to you about the music video for your latest single, Doldrum Dynasty. How fun was it to film that music video?
Ooh, Actually, I don't know if, I mean, I haven't ever talked about the real side of the video, but the funny thing is that I think there was never a video where I was so desperate at the end. It's we had a concept for the video, and it was the first time that the concept really did not work out at the end. And then luckily someone, a saving angel, the girlfriend of my best friend, she saved us because she told us like, okay, she heard now our story and she heard what happened and that she tries to re-edit it. And she's the one who made it so magical and so unique at the end. So it was really like a video that I thought that we're not even going to release, and at the end she just heard our story and she helped us and made it that special. The recording itself, actually, it wasn't that fun. Yeah, it was, it was right before the lockdown here in Hungary. So, and also it was at the beginning of, I think we recorded it somehow in September, if I'm right. And the problem was that also the sun started to go down earlier than.
Oh yeah.
So we had such a time pressure. It was crazy. Like the whole day was crazy. We woke up super early and we drive from one location to the other, which are, I mean, all the locations are in my city here in Budapest, and most of them are also quite close to my place where I live. But it's still so complicated if you just have such a short time period to record stuff. So it was very chaotic.
Yeah, it seems like it was very time consuming.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't that time consuming because there are video clips, for example, our video clip, Red Sky, it took 3, 4, 5 days to be recorded. So that's consuming. The problem was here that we know that we just had like, doesn't matter what happened, we just have that one day to make it. And that was stressful. But Doldrum Dynasty is such a special song for us because, first of all, it's the very first song we wrote for our new record. And also it's, I really felt like that we have to release that song because I know that many of our fans gave the feedback that they really like that one and that it really pushed them when they wake up, that whenever they feel down and when they hear the song, they are like getting power out of it. And I think that was what people need in this.
Exactly. No, I agree. And I was just going to say, I think that song can resonate with a lot of people at this moment.
Yeah.
And so you guys have plans to tour, hopefully? No, fingers crossed?
Having plans to tour now is like, I don't know, having plans to own a unicorn one day. I mean, sure, we have, I mean, I don't even call them plans anymore because we can't have plans at this point. When this whole thing started back in spring and all the bands postponed the tour to fall and winter, I was sure that it's gonna happen. I never thought that this will take so long as it is. So at this point, I'm like, I have no clue when this really gonna end. So.
And I feel like every time I get optimistic that, we're at the end of the tunnel, it's like, nope. No, there's
yeah. It's also, I mean, you're also getting tired of building up the hope and then smashing to the ground. So, it was such a pain because we released the last album in the beginning of February, which was like literally the starting signal here in Hungary for COVID. And we worked on that album for 2 years and we put everything we had into that record and we worked so long in it and we wanted to make it perfect. And I mean, I think we made the best out of it, what we could. And I'm still very, very proud of this record. And I think it's a good one, but it's so sad that we just had like 4 gigs after we could release it and that's all. And, when everything gets back to normal, maybe 2021, maybe fall, winter, I don't know. You know, at that point, it is just not a new album anymore. So we won't be able to say that now we're having an album release tour because the album is out since 2 years now. So yeah, that's very sad. And my cat is going to get crazy again. I don't know why he is not able to open the door. It's so easy. My other cat is able to do that.
No problem.
Say hello.
Oh. I like how it looks like he has a mustache.
Yeah, he has a good story. He was a foster cat. Is it called like that?
Yeah, foster cat.
And back in Germany, and he had he was the smallest kitten because they found him together with all his brothers and sisters, and he was the smallest one. And in Germany, they took every cat. They found a home for every cat, but it's unbelievable. They did not found a home for him because of the mustache.
I can imagine.
And I was like, oh, but he's so sweet. I'll take care of you. Yeah, so that's how he ended up with me.
Oh, I would definitely take him too. I love animals.
Yeah, me too, but I think I just went a bit far with 4 cats.
No, there's like a joke in the US, like a lady who has a lot of cats is considered the crazy cat lady.
No, I know that. I'm always saying that I'm just the young version of a crazy cat lady.
No, but I would be the same way. Like if I go to a pet store or like a shelter, it's like so hard to leave without one.
Yeah.
Are you a big Christmas person?
I'm I'm very big fan of sleeping and getting some chill time and some me time, and it's always between Christmas and New Year's Eve. It's the time when I can have my me time. I think I like Christmas. I mean, my family is quite small, but it's just good to be, because every year we're just together on Christmas Eve, and it's just, I don't know, I think family time is important and I really like it. But I'm not the type who has, like, I don't know, Christmas decoration all over my flat or stuff like that. It's much more about the time we spend together. And yeah, so I mean,
it's good that you get to be with your family this Christmas.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people, they can't travel to see their families and whatnot, so it is what it is. So what else does the Hellfreaks have coming up that you think people should be on the lookout for? More music, or?
We have some surprises, video-wise, but also music-wise. The thing is that I'm not able to raise now the curtain, but definitely something coming that no one is really expecting, because we never did something like that, which is also new musical and also new video-wise. And maybe we're going to release that one right before Christmas or right after New Year's Eve. So that's going to happen soon. So that is going to be very cool. And then we will have another music video for our song Tabby, which is something very special for me, because when we wrote that song, it was my personal wish that whatever happened, I want to have a music video for that song. But the problem was that it is a very, like, outstanding song compared to the other songs of the album. So we were not able to start the debut of the album with that song. And it wasn't even planned that we make some content for it, but now that we can go on tour and that we don't want to be forgotten, we decided that now it's the time. We will do a video for it, and it's already done. And yeah, I'm very excited for it. And we also work on new songs. One is already like super final recorded, mixed and mastered, and it's I am so excited to show it to my fans. It's so great. But I can't tell you when and how we're going to release that because I don't know.
It'll be a surprise.
I mean, it's such a surprise that it's also gonna surprise me because I don't know that.
No, I'm sure it's gonna have a lot of energy like the last album.
Yes. I mean, every time when we wrote an album, we always reinvented ourselves a bit. We always tried to change the point of view, and we always changed a bit our style. But that's just because that's what the Hellfreaks are. We like to improve. We like to change. We like to try new things. And luckily, after I don't know 10 years, we are surrounded by people who love that and who are the same like us, who likes to look forward and don't like to look back. And to look forward, it means improvement, and improvement means change. So that's why we always change a bit. But normally it's like a band writes an album, and after that you go on tour, and you will have some time, like time where things gonna happen, and not just time when you sit at home. and that's why you get like, I don't know, new things that you meet and new things to think about, and that's how new things come out at the end. But now this couldn't happen, so now we had to reinvent ourselves without all that. Like, we had to reinvent ourselves in ourselves, and that's why we were a bit afraid how this will sound. And I can tell you, it sounds great.
That's good. If you think so, then I'm sure it does. I'm very excited to see what you guys have coming up, because God on the Run was a killer album. So I've
Thank you so much.
Songs you've been putting out.
Thank you so much.
Well, I really appreciate your time, Sue. It's been a blast chatting with you.
Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor. It was so super fun.
Yes. Hope to talk rock music with you again sometime.
Oh yeah.
Next year, see you in the States, hopefully.
That would be great. Oh yeah, we'll love it.
Well, take care. Thanks again.
Take care, and thank you. Bye. Stay safe.
You too.